while they get ready to start their second set, just want to say, hope everyone is doing well out there on this fine Labor Day weekend, as we are here in Doylestown, Pennsylvania, on this warm, hot, humid day.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for Teresa Borchek for organizing and keeping the schedule on task here at the Polka Pavilion. As she mentioned, we are the DynaBrass, and we are here with you up until 8 o'clock.
Go ahead.
I'd like to send a tune out especially for Charlie here from New Jersey. And thanks for taking some of our music with you. We appreciate it. Polka time. Here's Chris on the vocal off our Dance All Night recording. It's called Follow Me to the Party.
Hi, and hello to Jason Flynn, who's watching, checking in.
Thank you. That's Chris on the vocal, one called Follow Me to the Party. All right, we're going to bring you up to our brand new release right now. We're going to do cut number 15. Are y'all ready to have some fun? I mean, are you ready to have some fun? Let me hear you. Let me hear you. Chase, show them what fun's all about.
Some nights I stay up, cashing in my padlock. Some nights I call it a draw. And some nights I wish that my lips could build a castle. Some nights I wish they just fall off. But I still wake up, I still see your ghost. Lord, I'm still not sure what I stand for. Whoa, what do I stand for? What do I stand for? Most nights
our latest recording, Chase on the vocal, one called Some Nights.
Hi and hello.
All right, we're going to stay with that brand new recording for you throughout this set. And I would like to do another tune for you right now. We'll feature Dale on the vocal this time around. Here we go with the song entitled Just Call Me Lonesome.
Hi and hello to the Soharskis, Bob and Brother Frank and all the entire Soharskis, and Dawn, Sue, and Rogers also. Thanks for checking in on this live video of the DynaBrass here in Doylestown, Pennsylvania.
Let's do one more off that brand new recording. Here's cut number 2. We'd like to remind you that we do have all of the DynaBrass CDs available here at the bandstand. If you are interested, stop on up. We'd love to have you take some of our music home with you. Here we go, cut number 2. We'll send this one out especially for Nadine, also for Sam. And we saw Jumper in the house as well. And once again for Jerry and Jerry. Here's cut number 2 off the new recording, Love Me Tonight.
You walk in the cemetery over there. I'll walk over to you.
feel way deep down inside. I need someone to hold me. Put out the shade, turn out the light, love me tonight. Don't think about tomorrow, don't matter anymore. You can turn the key and light the world outside our door. I need you so now, come on, let's go now. Kick off the shoes, turn out the lights, love me tonight.
Thank you, that's brand new off of our all-in recording, Dale on the Vocal, one called Love Me Tonight. All right, we're going to slow it down to waltz time for you right now. Get a couple of waltzes for all the waltz dancers. Here's another DynaBrass original for you right now off our 2020 release, one called Journey of Love. I want to send it out to Mary Ann and Diane, right? All right.
Hi and hello to Paul Kornkevich, and Lil Yash and Christina are watching again. Michelle Krasinski is joining us from Michigan. And Jack Pirite there from New Jersey. Thanks for all for joining in on this live video of the DynaBrass here in Doylestown, Pennsylvania at the Polish American Festival, the 56th annual.
A feeling deep inside. You're always in my soul, always on my mind. Winter winds keep blowing till summer reappears. Something we can count as we go through the years. It's a journey of love down this winding road. You and I together, to have and to hold. On my way to heaven, with you by my side. It's all I could ask for, is a journey of love. to the music as I look in your eyes. I see our future days and the family we will raise, hoping that this moment never ends as your lips come close to mine, knowing that I love you long past our past goodbye. It's a journey of love down this winding road, you and I together, to have and to hold. Journey of love, you're all I could ask for. It's a journey of love.
Thank you. That's a DynaBrass original for you right there. One called Journey of Love. All right, we're going to get you back up to polka time instrumentally. Another original for the band. Here we go. One called the Moscow Mule. And before we do this, we'd like to remind you that the best beer booth at the festival is right up the hill, right there. Catherine and the gang at the beer tent. Go up and see them. They'll take care of you. Ice cold beer, ice cold water as well if you're partaking in that drink. And we're going to do this tune especially for them. Here's one called the Moscow Mule Polka.
And we hope everyone's doing well out there on this nice, sunny, warm, humid, hot day here in Doylestown, Pennsylvania.
called the Moscow Mule Polka. That's available off of our 2020 Polka CD.
Yeah.
All right, keeping your polka time off that 2020 Polkas recording. And we're going to feature Dale on the vocal this time around. Here's one entitled One Step, Two Step.
Yes, oh yeah.
If you're just tuning in or wondering where we're at the 56th annual Polish American Festival in Doylestown, Pennsylvania, with the award-winning DynaBrass. DynaBrass from Toledo, Ohio, Michigan.
That I ever saw, wanted by every man in town, but we both born on Saturday night. Find it down to the old box dancing hall, turning beers, heads dropping, and up the wall. Well, it was one step, two step, out the door she goes, and the whole dance there happening somewhere down the road. She'll take a sweet dance, G, and really show herself, tearing up that dance floor way past the well. She spends all her money on dress and dancing shoes, but oh, what a night out this Saturday afternoon. A double on top, she was asked to wear, would cover up this dance floor, but she never said. Well, it's one step, two step, out the door she goes, and before the dance they're having somewhere down the road. She'll take a sweet dance tune, really show herself, clearing up that dance floor way past the well. Take me to that dance floor to show you how it's done. Well, it's one step, two step, out the door she goes, and before the dance they're having somewhere down the road. She'll take a sweet dance, she really show herself, tearing up that dance floor way past the well. Well, it's one step, two step, out the door she goes, and before the dance they're having somewhere down the road. She'll take a sweet dance, she really show herself, tearing up that dance floor way past the well.
Thank you. That's called One Step, Two Step. We're going to stay with that 2020 Polkas CD for you right now. Here we go. Here's Dale on the vocal one more time. We'll send this out to all the folks that love the water. Here's one called Walking on the Waves.
Hi and hello.
Especially for the kids out on the dance floor. Here's one for you. One called Walking
also
on the
watching the live
Waves.
video feed, and Mike Niemietz also once again joining in on this live video feed from New Jersey. Thanks for all checking in, watching the live video feed of the DynaBrass here in Doylestown, Pennsylvania.
I've been walking these shores all my days, but with you by my side, I
am walking on the way.
There's two lovers in the distance as they walk down to the sand. There's silhouettes of on the water as they're walking hand in hand. And it's a game of sweet surrender when there's nothing left to say, and there are moments to remember once these days are gone away. I've been walking the shores of my days, but with you by my side, I am walking on the way. I've been walking the shores of my days, but with you by my side, I am walking on the way. Look out on the ocean, see the landmass and the strand, and you wonder what horizon will shape tomorrow's plan. Through the turns of the seasons and the cycles of the day, every dream's a prize. I've been walking these shores all my days, but with you by my side, I am walking on the way. I've been walking these shores all my days, but with you by my side, I am walking on the way. The surge of the ocean, the breakers on the shore, the echoes of our hearts to the lovers brings me shore. I've been walking these shores all my days, but with you by my side, I am walking on the way. I've been walking these shores all my days, but with you by my side, I am walking on the way. But with you by my side, I am walking on the way.
Thank you. That's off our 2020 Polka CD. That's one called Walking on the Waves.
And hi and hello and welcome to
All right, we're going to do an instrumental.
Informant watching
for you
us
right now.
on the live feed here in
Song off of our
Doylestown,
dance song
Pennsylvania.
live
We look
recording.
forward to seeing
We'll
you
send it
all.
out to all the lefties in the house. How many lefty folks
all
we
the guys
have?
in EFO tomorrow.
All right, this is one song
They
that
travel
is just
down
for
from
you.
Hadley,
Here we go. It's
Massachusetts.
called The Left-Handed. Oh, better.
And also hi and hello to Joe Marcellik in Buffalo watching. Thanks for joining in on the live feed here in Doylestown, Pennsylvania with the DynaBrass. And we'll see you all tomorrow there, EFO. Looking forward to your performance here.
guys. That's one called the left-handed Olympic. Thank you. Do you have your concertina with you? No.
And I know earlier, Paul
All right, we're going to do another tune requested by all the workers up in the beer booth. Don't forget, ice cold beer, the best beer booth here at the festival.
They are super
See Catherine and the whole gang right up the hill. They'll take care of you. They requested this next tune. It's cut number 15 off our 2020 Polka CD. Here's Chris on the vocal. In heaven, there is no beer.
And the first time we heard DynaBrass was back in 1993 at the Riverhead Polish Festival in Riverhead, New York, along with Jackie LeBaron and the Classics.
Thank you, by request, and off of our 2020 Polka CD, that's one called In Heaven, There Is No Beer.
And hi and hello again to Mary Zarkuski, Mary Polka there.
All right, staying with the 2020 Polka CD, reminding you once again, we do have all needs of
Doylestown,
DynaBrass
Pennsylvania,
available
with
here at the
DynaBrass.
bandstand. Stop on up, stage right. If you'd like to take some of our music home with you, $15 per CD, and there are 8 of them, including several award-winning CDs and songs.
29 years ago, hard to
So
believe.
stop on up and take our music home with you. Here we go for you right now, polka time. Here's Dale on the vocal. Conway Twitty on polka. It's one called Someday You'll Love Me.
Dreaming, my
dancing. I won't take the golden answer. Someday you'll love me, it's written in the stars. Someday you'll need me, hold me in my arms. Someday you'll want me, just as much as I want. Someday you'll love me, I will be the one. Someday you'll need me, just call and I will come. Someday you'll love me, just as much as I love you. Just as much as I love you. Someday you'll love me, it's written in the stars. Someday you'll need me, hold me with my arms. Someday you'll want me, just as much as I want you. Someday you'll love me, I will be the one. Someday you'll need me, just call and I will come. Someday you'll love me, just as much as I love you. Just as much as I love you. Thank you. That's one called Someday You'll Love Me. All right, we've got time for one more. Before we get in our next intermission, I'd like to remind you that DynaBrass will be back. We've got 2 more sets, and music goes until 8 o'clock this evening right here in the Polka Pavilion. Here's one more tune for you off that 2020 Polka CD. Dale on the vocal for you to wrap up set number 2. This one's called Paint the Town.
Well, I'm gonna paint the town, soon as the sun goes down. cold, I don't go through all night, sitting there stuffing, drinking beer, chasing women. Ain't going home till the birds are humming, I'm going up to town. Follow me to the body, follow me to the bar. The family gonna take breakfast for you in an hour. Hey, my tender night, I'm not whatever you want. Follow me to the body, follow me to the bar. Follow me to the body, follow me to the bar. The family gonna take breakfast for you in an hour. Hey, my tender, line them up, time to the bed. Thank you. A couple of tunes off of our 2020 Focus CD. That will wrap up set number 2. We will be back in 30 minutes. We'd like to remind you, you've been listening to the DynaBrass. Stop on up and grab a CD, and we will see you in 30 minutes. Thank you.
Yay. Next set, Dad will have the
Yes,
next
but
set.
please don't go anywhere
We'll
because
see
right
you
now
in a
we're
little
gonna
while.
have
So long for
some
just a
from the
little while.
Doylestown